her back from outer space. Don't turn around now. I'll give that look upon my face. That's a real song. You know what song that is. That is. No, that's not the right song.
I will survive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a survivor.
That's like a whole other like freaking song. I will survive.
A little Beyonce action up in here. Oh, wow. It's been a long time. I feel like I haven't seen you. I feel like I haven't come down to record.
When was the last time I seen you? Saturday. Sunday? Friday. Last Friday.
I've been in
Saturday?
days. So when people, like even when I see people, I'm just kind of like going through the motions. I'm like, hi, bye. People are always like, how you doing? And I'm like, fine. And they're like, really? And I'm like, do you want the long version or the short version? Because FINE stands for fucked up, insecure, needy, and
yeah, you are needy as fuck.
everybody needs to leave me alone. So
what was E for?
everybody needs to leave me
Okay, there
alone.
we go. I was like, you're like needy, and then like everyone needs to leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, this is Hard Talks with a Blonde and a Hippie, and here we go.
Is this taboo? You know what this is.
Coffee.
Love beans and brews.
I am wearing underwear
Crass
today.
and inappropriate. It's your
Well-
trippy hippie Alicia jumping on the mic from good old Utah.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel this shit.
Welcome.
It's been a long time.
To Hard Talks. Seduction.
Talks are really hard.
I thought this was Flaccid Talks.
This shit's in deep.
So deep.
So deep.
Ring.
Ring. You like my shirt?
This is Hard
I
Talks.
do.
Hard Talks. Hard Talks. You're
Hard Talks?
listening to Hard Talks
I think so.
with a blonde and a hippie.
Brought to you by Hard Dog Production.
Ooh, we are here. We are thriving. It's been a while since we've recorded, so I'm stoked to have the motivation and the PMA to be here.
Yes,
And
but you know what I'm excited for?
What?
To say 30, 30, and thriving.
It's officially Taurus season, bitch.
I know. Are you excited?
Today.
I thought it was 420.
Yesterday.
Okay. I was going to say,
I'm behind. I wouldn't know the day of the week if it slapped me on the fucking face. Like a mushroom stamp. Straight the fuck up. Just whoosh. I could not. I literally...
Where am I at? What happened?
Literally. I mean, that's kind of how Easter was. I woke up and I had a big day full of plans and then, didn't go to church like I was supposed to. I was actually really looking forward to it, but I didn't. And so my very busy morning of driving back and forth and all over the place was turned into a lazy day until about 3
like
p.m.
that,
Yeah, and then we took Elliot to an Easter egg hunt, another one. Easter Bunny crash landed here. So we had our own little Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
And yeah, it was just a good day, good family, food, people. I love it. And, when your heart's a breaking, it's just nice to be around good people that love you
That
for
bring
you.
up that PMA.
PMA.
PMA, bitches.
Not to be confused with PMS. Even though
coincides.
I want to ask you that in just a second, but before I do, you guys already know this is an 18 and up podcast. We talk all things controversial, difficult, wildly inappropriate, and taboo. Thank you. I don't want to be responsible for your sweet, small, innocent, wee little lasses and lads saying fuck or god diggity damn, okay?
Or the fuckery is real.
Yeah, the fuckery be real.
Today.
So it was a full moon, and every female in my family that could still get a period was on their period.
Oh.
Like, I didn't realize
Perfect.
that I was in sync
With everyone in your family?
Yeah. So, I'm really struggling, going through that court shit, going through a breakup, when, it's really awkward when you have a breakup and you guys aren't even like actually committed, or you've been doing the back and forth thing for so long. Oh no.
Because I remember last time we were talking out, you guys were on the washer cycle, but you were on the dryer cycle. So now you're like on the hang. Like now you just kind of got taken out of the dryer and you're like on a clothesline.
Now I've just hung myself up to dry.
Yeah, you're just like in the wind being that. That is
like
a very
jerky.
good. That is like a very good scenario. You are welcome.
I'm gonna dry myself out like a nice piece of jerky.
Like you're like that. Like you're nice intimate that you don't want to get burned in the dryer, so you put them out to dry.
Do you separate your intimates?
Like my nice like lingerie.
Lingerie
Or my undies.
Your lingerie.
My lingerie or my undies. My panties.
No,
What are we talking about?
I am literally the worst. Okay, so I hate chores. Biggest one that I hate is laundry. I am
Ugh.
the fucking person that always is like, okay, today's the day. I'm gonna do all my laundry, and then I literally leave it all till there's nothing hanging in mine or Elliot's closet anymore, and then I'll do like 15 fucking loads of laundry, but I'm literally like cramming that shit in there. I'm like, how much can we fit? And then my mom asked me one time, she's like, well, what? The clothes aren't even getting washed at that point. And I'm like, don't shit on my laundry day parade, okay?
No, but I'm worse. So I'll wash my laundry. And sometimes I'll leave it in the washer for 2 days. And sometimes I'll leave it in the dryer for 2 days. Or there's a laundry basket full of underwear that has been sitting. That's clean. It is clean. It is in the laundry basket. In my room for the last week.
Yeah, no, okay. Well,
I hate putting underwear away because after working at Victoria's Secret, I have to fold it
you
now.
worked there. I forgot.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, it's a great idea. I'm like, let me fold my underwear. Yeah. Fuck that shit. So then I gotta fold my underwear, gotta fold Chase's underwear, and you know how many pairs of underwear I have?
You fold Chase's underwear for him?
I do.
Wow. That's a great
I
wife.
put it away. But like, I have so many pairs of underwear that I could wear 2 pairs a day for like a month.
I hardly have any more underwear because I don't wear it ever. And the underwear I do have is
How do you
for
not wear it
like,
with, like jeans? Does it like rub?
maybe I like it. No.
Well, I mean, shit, maybe I'll like it too. I've been taking these love and libido pills.
I've never thought of it like that. I just never
do it.
I don't know. I stopped wearing underwear a few years ago.
And like I get it for like leggings because no one likes that underwear line.
Yeah, and most of my pants are really tight fitting. So even with jeans, I still have a line.
You don't want to wear like a thong?
I can't handle the flossy bossy man.
But see, I get that too. Like I do not. Like if I can get away with wearing like cheekies, I will.
I like the cheekies. I like the hip huggers.
I love the boyfriend for bed. I wear those to bed.
What kind of drawers does Chase wear? Does he wear silky underwear?
He wishes.
I like the silky underwear on a man every now and again.
He wears like he wears like the Saks ones that are like the tight briefs. I just like hug his nutsack.
Keep him taut and up
him
there.
in there. I'm like, ugh.
That's I don't know how we got on this tangent already, but I like it because I think it says a lot about a person.
With what underwear they wear?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Today I have some on because I'm in a skirt, and I'm not that trashy.
I mean, you can bend down and be looking at the hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. I mean,
you're a kitty cat.
There's daisies on it. Sorry, guys, you don't get to see. But it's just, it bunches my bits. I've said that before. It's just, I don't know. Anyway.
It's actually better to not wear underwear. Did you know that? Like to bed and stuff. Like let her breathe.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to wear. I'm that person where I'm like, I gotta have underwear on. Like I feel weird.
I've been learning a lot about
your body.
My body.
Your body.
And it sounds stupid, but since I had that little scare.
Yes.
I've been tracking my period a little more closely because with the birth control I'm on, it used to be I'd get it every few months, and then after I got vaccinated. I'm not saying they're correlated. Don't come for me. It's just something I observed
Everybody's different.
after I got vaccinated.
You could even got like the flu shot and it would have like affected your
Yeah,
period.
exactly.
So it's not like the COVID shot.
I literally got my period every 3 weeks for like 10 days. And then it just stopped. And we talked about how it was probably from stress. But
Probably.
that's why I noticed it so hard. And this app called Flow, this is not a sponsored advertisement, I promise, but it's very interesting because sure, we have maturation in 5th and 6th grade. Sure, we have health class in high school, but who really paid close attention to that, right?
Who remembers?
Right. And I think it's really interesting. Our bodies are fucking phenomenal.
Weird.
But just like learning a lot about the menstrual cycle, the reproductive system, vaginas. And wow, there's a lot to be learned there. There really is.
Your pH balance down there. Like if like it's okay to be like if you like I leak. You know, not like
everybody
leak, but I
does.
always have like that little like, and that's probably why I don't like to not wear underwear is because I'm always like I'm like a heavier discharger.
I just throw a light panty liner into my pants like it's underwear.
That's a good idea. You know what I'm excited for?
What?
To not wear a bra. Oh my god.
I'm not wearing a bra.
I could not figure out.
My piercings.
I know I could not figure out my boob looks so solid because I forgot a booby pad. So I used a diaper. I used a diaper.
Hey girl,
I was like, why is my boob so thick?
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I forgot a booby pad and I was like,
I mean,
works.
mothers are really super women, and I'll tell you this.
I'll just take that with me. I'm gonna need to use it.
Because before motherhood, you're like, man, like I'm a self-sufficient badass bitch, right? And then you have children and you're like, holy shit, I can do it all, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I've literally...
It's just better.
I've been juggling. I've been jugging it hard, but I've been juggling everything all at once. And it was Monday that Elliot wasn't feeling very good and I couldn't miss work. So what does a mama do? You do what you need to do. And he came to work with me.
That's what's nice about working at the salon, though, is you can take your baby to work.
I was at Mecca.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm... Anyways.
Oops. We'll just cut that out.
Well, I don't think it matters. But my other job at the beauty supply store, and they have a big back room, so I set up a little nest for him and whatnot. But I couldn't miss work because I'm gonna be in Mexico. I leave on Saturday. That's why I wanted to do this little tidbit, catching you up, telling you kind of where we've been. But it's in those moments where I find myself feeling very proud of myself because God knows my ex-husband wouldn't be able to do what I do. Come for me, bitch. Let's see you take him to work with you. Okay. You know,
Chase could not.
He's going to have him for a week while I'm gone. This is the longest he's ever going to have him.
I don't think he'll have him per se.
No, he won't. He won't.
He
I'm
won't.
shitting myself. No, I know that because I have sent him... I'm going to go on a little rabbit hole tangent really quick. But I have sent him the dates of when I was going to be gone about 10 times. That's no exaggeration. Over a period of like 4 months. So he's known about this trip for at least 5.
You're like, you
5
need,
months.
like, you're like making sure, like, you're like, I told you, and I know I told you.
Yes,
Here's what I told
you. It is
you.
in writing. You said you put it on your calendar.
You need to, like, text his fiance at this point.
I think she's, anyways, I just wanted to confirm, you know what I mean? And so this Monday, when poor little sweet E is not feeling the best, which I didn't tell him about because I don't want to give him any reason not to step up to the plate or agitate him. Like, I don't want to argue.
He's like, hey, it's like, I don't want him.
Right. I just want to go about it swimmingly, accordingly. You have committed yourself to this. This is your concern as soon as he's in your custody. You know what I mean? But I call, I'm like, hey, and you know, I don't call very often, but I couldn't get through text-wise. So finally I'm like, all right.
Is there a way you can like record your phone calls?
I think someone else might have to. Or maybe you could go in, like I have a screen recording app. Like it'll record anything on your screen.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the microphone will work if it's also being used with the phone.
That.
We should. You should call me later and I'll try it.
Yeah.
But he answers. He's like, what? I'm like, I just want to
He's like,
really confirm, like final confirmation that we're all set. We're all go.
100%.
My flight leaves 5 a.m. Saturday morning. Are you going to be able to take him Friday evening about 6:30? And he's like, sure. So what time do you come back on the 29th? And I literally halted on my brakes. I'm like, argh! I'm like, I come back on the 30th. And he's like, you said. I'm like, no.
You're like, look at your
Go refer
messages.
to the 10 previous texts in regards to this. I come back the 30th. And he's like, well, I'm going to be out of town, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have to go with someone. And I was like, okay, let's keep it calm. I'm just asking, like, what your plan is going to be because I am concerned about who Elliot's going to be spending his time with.
Yeah, that's like an overnight.
That's a week.
The 29th to the 30th.
So I leave the 23rd through the 30th.
No, yeah, I'm just saying for like him, like where he's gonna take him the 20, like if he goes out of town, someone have to have him the 29th to the 30th.
Oh yes.
For someone else to have that's like an overnighter, that's a lot. But for his dad to have him, that's like, okay, you should have been having him a lot more than just a week at a time, but whatever.
And that big fight about the temporary restraining order he tried to
and
sick
the
on me.
temporary custody for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that
and
he wasn't even in the county to take him.
That's what kills me.
Well, the whole big fight, and again, I can't get into detail about this, but the whole big fight is he just trying to fight with me. You know what I mean?
Naturally.
It has nothing to do with our sweet, sweet son, which breaks my heart. It is literally just to ruffle my feathers and make my life difficult. Okay, it's a big power play. And he says that he wants him full time, but that's never the case.
He just wants to ruffle you.
He's already asking what time I'll be back Saturday evening, and he hasn't even taken him yet. So I'm just like, oh, God, you're such a dick. But, you know, it'll be great. I have full faith in him that it will be great. It's just amazing, like, looking at ourselves as mothers, what we can accomplish in a day. And even in my depressive episodes.
Taking a shower with a child.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so hard.
Well, I didn't even have a bathtub in the apartment I was living at Carly's in, so I had to shower with Elliot until he was like 2.
Or just like
he's gonna grow up probably loving boobies or having a horrible mother complex.
No, it's like that happens. Like I had Caroline shower with Chase one time.
Luckily, she had a little bench so I could sit him on it and kind of shower myself and then shower him. But yeah, I mean, just the things that a good parent, I shouldn't even just say mothers, but because there's some shitty moms out there, but a good parent is able and willing to do for their children. You know what I mean? And I, as I was saying, like even in my depressive episodes, when my house is disgusting and I've probably haven't showered enough in a week, you know, I look around and my kid is pristine in comparison to me. You know what I mean?
That's how Caroline's going to be.
Yeah. It's like I can barely take care of myself, but I'll do everything I can to take care of you. Because
one of us will get a bath, and that's going to be you. Yeah. One of us has to shower.
I'll bathe you and I'll think about how much I need a bath, but by the time I go to take
and then you'll go like,
I lost all motivation.
Spray some stuff down there. I'm good. I'm done.
I'm a little hairy down there. Okay, that's fine. Put a jacket on.
Flag, get like a long sleeve. We're fine.
No, oh God, yeah. So
and always have an extra diaper on hand.
Yes,
even if it's in your bra, you know.
That's brilliant, though.
I didn't have a booby pad.
And you know, if women out there aren't mothers yet, or you're planning to be mothers, those breast pads save you.
OMG.
Because even at mine and Sarah's photo shoot, her dress was like so sheer and tight fitting. She couldn't put breast pads in because you could see them. And she's like, well, can you just Photoshop out any leakage if that happens? And he's like, just try to prevent it if you can. And
you cannot prevent that.
She's like, oh, yeah, because I have full control. And he's like,
let me just think about it.
Well, I won't start crying. And she's like, yeah, please don't. My milk will come in.
That was when she was like little, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was in January.
I know.
Oh.
She won't even take a bottle anymore.
Really?
She takes a straight up sippy cup.
I know, and it's a big girl sippy
It is a bit.
cups.
It's a 360 sippy cup because she will not take a bottle. But food, she is like obsessed with food.
I love her and Elliot together because they just crack me up. Like,
She loves kids.
he's like, I want to show her the world. And she's like, show me.
Her little, I love that little picture of her ears sticking out, and she's like hanging onto his every. He's like, what? Like, oh my god.
He's trying to show her how to play a phone game. I'm like, I think she just wants to stare at your face.
She wants to eat it.
Yeah.
She wants to eat the phone and just stare at you. She's just like, who are you? Oh my god.
So how was Caroline's first Easter?
It was great. We went camping the night before. Then we woke up. And then
That was like a
I know. So sorry if you heard that. We went to Chase's dad's house and they did like a little Easter egg hunt outside, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
And so Chase was carrying around and I was finding all the eggs, and I'm like, yeah.
I get all hyped for that.
I'm like, can we go now? Can we go? And I'm like, yeah. Gotta find all the eggs for the kids. And I'm like,
It's
wait,
so
I gotta
funny
wait.
because I've been in such a funk that I wasn't really planning to do anything for Easter. And then Easter morning came around and
You're like, bucket of dismiss.
no, it wasn't like Elliot's birthday when I went in the morning to get balloons.
Yeah.
But because I'm one of those people that literally saves birthday bags and old Easter eggs and just all that stuff. And some people look at it.
Shit away.
Yeah, like throw it away. But then I have like 2 buckets full of the plastic eggs now. So it's an epic Easter egg hunt every Easter. And so I woke up that morning and I felt like I always feel like a kid almost. Like I get excited.
I didn't do anything. I wanted the Easter egg hunt myself.
I know. I get excited watching them and being hiding them and like I get a little
over
crafty.
here I'm like, hide them in like places you can't see, but like, yeah, like little kids like to put it like on the carpet in the corner so they can actually see it. And I'm like,
It's
the
fun
shit is this?
because now that Elliot's 5, you can hide it and
You can actually like hide it,
a little harder.
like have it poking out behind like a picture frame instead of just laying in the middle of the carpet.
Yes, and so now he's kind of like looking in obscure places, but then he doesn't pick up the most obvious ones that are sitting right in front of him. It's kind of funny.
He's like, I gotta look.
So yeah, I found myself wake up at 7 a.m. and I'm outside, braless, shoeless, hiding
Easter eggs.
outside in the front, the back, in the kitchen, everywhere. And so it was fun. I'm glad. You know, did the Easter bunny come for Miss May? She got spoiled.
Not from me. I mean, like I think about it, I'm like, yeah, she's like, I didn't get her anything for Christmas, didn't get her anything for Easter. I'm like, next year I will.
Wrap a box.
She would like, I mean, I had a like, we got her, so we're going to Disneyland.
Ooh,
In
when?
August, the first week of August, like,
Yes.
so we're gonna like come home on like a Tuesday,
Yeah.
have Wednesday, go to a concert on Thursday, have Friday, and then her first birthday is Saturday. So it's just like a jam packed
Oh my
2
God,
weeks.
dude, I can't believe that.
Yeah, she's almost 1. I can't think about it. I'm like,
Holy crap, this year has been weird.
flown,
Wow.
flown.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, it's her first. I'm like, I probably should have got her a little something, but I'm like, because like my sister-in-law got her a basket, my 2 mother-in-laws got her a basket. So I'm like, well,
At that age, you're like, yeah,
I'm like,
everybody
she
else
won't
will
even
provide.
remember
Yeah.
if I don't. But I'm like, next year it'll be fun because she'll actually be walking and talking. So then I'm like, yeah, the Easter Bunny's gonna hit our house. You know, Santa will come to see you. This year he went somewhere else. He's like, you're too little. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Couldn't get the Easter eggs even if you wanted to.
She had a bag, so like they wrapped up little onesies for they like little Disney princesses on it.
Yeah.
And she saw it and she grabbed the tissue paper, and then it was like she was like sitting like on the ground like this. Like she didn't know. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, here, look. I even have like a video of her like trying to like open it. I'm like, look, oh my gosh. And she's like, bag, let me eat it. And I'm like, ugh.
I bet too, since eggs are kind of an oblong shape, she
and
just
she
want
wanted
to put it in her
she
mouth.
had one egg the whole time. Like Chase found her one. And she just had that egg in her house. And she's like, I'm like,
Did you
Alright.
hard boil any eggs? You have any like Easter family traditions?
no, we're lame.
Yeah, I mean,
But I want to start them like again, like I'm saying, like as
Right.
she's getting get older, it'd be fun. Like then she can actually do it.
and that's the fun part as they grow is you get to create your own family
And I
traditions.
think me and Chase will start when we go camping the night before
I love that.
because we did that this year. So I'm like, well, let's do it again next year.
Did you go in the trailer he refurbished?
That he built.
Oh, he completely built from scratch. Yes.
Yeah. So we bought like a flatbed trailer from Workhorse Trailers out in West Haven area, and then like we built it from the ground up. But we're actually going to be selling it.
Really?
It's way too small.
Oh.
Like it was great, but it's like we have like so much stuff. It was like one little bench, and it's like me, Caroline, Chase, the baby.
But that was probably a really good hobby for him.
But it was so like it was like
He enjoyed building.
Oh
that,
yeah, he
huh?
loved it. He's like, this is so like because it was cool because like he built it how like he would want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so like now that we're growing like gonna grow our family, like, we do want another baby. So I'm like, there's no way we can fit
Right.
2 babies and a dog because Sam needs his own space too.
Yeah.
So we're looking into getting like a little pop-up trailer that's
Oh,
still small
Yeah,
have
the tent trailers.
Yeah, but
I
like have
those.
like the 2 beds so that because like my mom wants to go and then like his sister and her husband want to go and like if we want to go, I'm like, where is like we have a tent you can sleep in.
Those
at this
little
point.
tent trailers are badass. That makes me feel a little nostalgic. Reminds me of my childhood because I mean we lived in Minnesota, but we would travel back up to Utah because
Yeah.
all my extended family lived here while we lived away, and my dad's whole side of the family is one with nature. You know, like
You guys are always camping.
yes, his childhood was literally spent all 3 months in Wyoming in Grand Teton National Park. So, you know, my aunt
Yes.
purchased a pop-up tent trailer back in the 80s, and I think she just recently sold it, but it was that like 80s green and
Oh,
white.
yeah. Like you have to like they look so nice. Like
But
the newer
it was
ones.
so you'd walk inside and there's like the table would convert to a whole bed. I mean, there was a lot of space to
like,
fit
it's
people
so
in there.
weird how like when they're like conformed down, you're like, how do 8 people fit in this damn trailer? And then it pops up and you're like, oh, okay, I see. There's like a queen over here, a full over here, either 2 twins or like a full that the table lays on.
And if someone really wanted to, they could get a mummy bag and sleep in the little tiny walkway on the
Honestly,
floor.
like it's not hard at
Like
all.
you know, yeah, it's kind of like the never-ending Mary Poppins bag. You walk in, you're
You
like,
pop
oh,
it, yeah. You pop it open. There's like a shower.
there's so
a
many
bathroom.
amenities.
It's like, oh,
Oh, but I also wanted to share this really quick because I've talked about my birth story with my oldest son and adoption several times on the show. And it's something that's kind of picked me up just in the whirlwind I've been in. My grandpa's actually in open heart surgery as we are talking.
yeah. So
Right
is
now.
he doing okay?
No.
So
He had a heart attack, and my
Yes.
grandpa is in his 70s, still a professional water skier, okay?
naturally, let's be
Could you
honest.
be any more badass?
No.
Excuse me. I think that's so fucking cool. He's 76 years old, and he's still
water skis?
40 miles behind a boat.
I mean, let's be
slalom
honest.
skiing. But he had a major heart attack in his 40s, and he's had a pacemaker and then a defibrillator ever since then. And he had a heart attack. I think it was Monday.
When do you get a new heart?
Yeah, at that point, it's like,
I mean,
what do you-
like,
what's the cutoff age?
I mean, like, what's like, when do you need like a new heart at this point? Like,
Well, I don't at that age. I don't think they.
I don't think they'll get it, like now. Like
Yeah.
at 40, you should have got. I
Well,
don't know.
I don't
I guess
know.
the pacemaker worked for so long.
yeah, and I mean the whole point of a pacemaker and a defibrillator is if you go into VTech, I always say it wrong, VTech, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's supposed to shock your heart back into a
Oh,
normal
yes,
rhythm.
yes.
You know what I mean? But his defibrillator wasn't working. So when he had his heart attack the beginning of the week, his heart rate got up to 200 beats per minute.
Oh my god!
And he sat there. This explains my stubbornness like a fucking bull. This runs in my family like to a fault.
He's like,
he
"I'm
sat
fine."
he sat at his kitchen counter for over an hour in denial, He told me this because I went up to the hospital to see him. He's like, I didn't want to believe that I was really having a heart attack. I'm like, Grandpa, you almost died.
You could have died.
And
at
he
that
was
point.
in Idaho. And so they actually had to transport him back to Ogden, McKay, after they stabilized him. But they went in, did an ablation, which is basically like removing the scar tissue from the heart. But there was a bleed, so they had to stop a quarter of the way through. They were hoping that the bleed would stop by itself, but today, they realized that it's not going to. They even went and put in like a drain by his heart because the blood's just pooling there and he's not getting circulation to the rest of his body, and the drain wasn't working. So open heart surgery is sketch, bro. They have to open you up, crack your ribs. I mean,
That's like intensive.
it is intense. And so that's kind of weighing on my mind right now too. But amidst all of this, I have to focus on the positives, right? And I get a phone call. I missed a phone call the day that it was snowing really bad last week in April. Love that.
It's Utah. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. And this is like 2 days after I get dumped. I also started that period 2 days after I got dumped, and I was like, what's the universe telling me right now? It's like, was he toxic? That toxic? My body was literally rejecting him? Question mark. Sure.
Who knows?
Spin it however you want it.
Spit out.
It was
It's
just
fine.
a coincidence, and I don't believe in those. So I'm noticing a lot of these happenstance moments. But miss a call from my oldest boy. I had to go to work, so I wasn't able to call him back until that evening. And I have really struggled with my adoption, probably worse than I ever have this year. I had a really selfish moment where I was really kicking myself. I didn't even call on his birthday
Oh.
because I couldn't handle it. And then I was kicking myself, and I'm like, what kind of fucking person am I? How selfish is that? Call anyway. I didn't. And so he's like, I need to call him back. Call him back. And he's like, Alicia, I've missed you. And I was just like, oh, I miss you too. And he's like, I was talking to my mom, I haven't even been in trouble for a whole month because he has some anger issues. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like, what have you been doing to help with that? And he's like, I write in my journal and then I hide it from my mom so she can't read it. And I'm like, that's awesome though.
Hey.
I journal too. I think that's really great.
It's a very good outlet.
I'm just talking to him about what helps me. Cause he asked me, he's like, were you angry when you were young? And I was like, yeah, I was. And I used to walk a lot, or sometimes I'd scream into a pillow. Writing helped a lot. Music helped a lot. And I was like, it might be really good for you now that it's supposed to be getting warmer, to go ride your horse, be in nature, have moments alone where you're able to reflect, and don't say things to your mom or anyone else, your schoolmates, out of an emotional reaction. That's very important.
Because words will just stick.
Yes. And so, we're just going back and forth, and he's like, I have a question. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. And if you guys don't remember, he's 9. And he's just like, my mom gave me a letter that you wrote me when I was 2 days old.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, really? Because she doesn't tell me these things. So I was kind of like, oh, shit, I've been waiting for this conversation since the moment I decided to place you for adoption. I honestly didn't think it would come so soon, but he's so smart. And he's like, I was reading it, and he's like, you kept calling yourself my mommy. And at first I thought you were playing a trick on me, because even though I know you're my birth mother, I guess I never thought of you as like my mom. And I was just like, well, yeah, I wrote that when we were being discharged from the hospital. So I'm sorry. I know it was very emotion filled. But he's just like, well, no, I think it's really cool that I have 2 moms, but I just never thought of you that way. And he's like, I really love you, and I think we're a lot alike. And I was like, I think we're a lot alike more than you think too.
Yes.
And he's like, would you want to be my pen pal?
Oh.
And I'm like, I would love to be your pen pal, but I thought you didn't like to write letters. And he's like, well, I've been writing stories. I like to make up characters. And
I love that.
I started kind of crying. I'm trying to keep it together. And I'm just like, oh my God, that was me. Like, I was that kid making up stories and building like a whole little novelette, you know? Really wanted to grow up to be a writer. And so it kind of struck me to my little heart chords when he was like, I like to write. I'm like, shit. I even told my mom and she's like, that's your kid.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy that runs so strong. But there was so many other things that were said, small things. But I got off the phone kind of in shock. And I was like, you know, all this shit that has been bringing me down most likely won't matter in a year. You know what I mean? This is the big pivotal moments of my life that I need to pay attention to. I need not to focus on the small things. This was an epic, extraordinary moment that I have been searching for in my healing process for my adoption for almost a decade. And it came and I almost wasn't able to accept it or process it for what it was. And that scared me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I need to boil all this stupid bullshit off my life. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
What fucking matters most? You know, and you look at your own lives, you know, where are you at? Who do you want to be? You know, where do you want to be 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? The epic thing about life is it's constantly changing. And I used to be terrified of change, but it's inevitable. You know what I mean? We are not going to be the same people that we were even a week ago.
Nope.
We're constantly learning.
Or like tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. And, you know, I used to look at change as such a scary thing, but everything is temporary. But at the same time, everything is very permanent. It's all in a matter of how you deal with things. And I woke up today and I was just like, I'm not going to focus on the negative anymore. And I know with depression that it's not that easy. But I go through waves sometimes where I can't even bring myself down here to look at our recording stuff. And that's why I took a break last week, because I was really trying to push putting out a pre-recorded episode. And I was just like, no, this is what I love to do.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be a task. I don't want
like
to
keep it to where it's fun, not like it's like a job at that point, because then you're just gonna get burned out from it.
Yes, and then that kind of goes with anything else in life, right, fam? Like, why do we take the small things so seriously?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what sets your soul on fire at the end of the day? What brings you peace? You know? I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about a lot, and I don't know. I just wanted to tell that little tidbit of Grady because it was a very big aha moment for me where it was just like, hey, pay attention to this bitch because you're not going to have this conversation again. Or you might in the future.
Yeah.
But like this was the first real conversation where he's like, yo, I know what's up. And this is a lot for me to try and grasp. You know what I mean? But just hearing his perspective and kind of where he sits on it all, it was just really cool. And I don't want to take anything for granted anymore because life is fucking short.
Mm-hmm.
It's really short. I mean, your baby's going to be a year old.
Oh my God.
You've been married for 5 years.
4.
5, this year 5, right?
4. Oh. This year 4. We've been together for 7.
I'm crediting you an extra year.
I know. I mean, I'm fine with that.
You deal with that blockhead. No,
but that's the thing,
kidding.
though. Like, we've known each other for 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've been...
Did you see that 4-year Snapchat I sent you? Maybe it was too long. I'll have to try and, like, export it so I can share it through a text message. But on Snapchat anyways.
On Snapchat.
Our memory came up today. 4 years of Sarah. 4 4 years of Sarah.
Oh, today you didn't send anything. You didn't send me anything today.
Yeah, it popped up this
but
morning.
I did see one where it was like our friendship for 4 years. And like, I love you, bestie. And I was like, I love you.
Yeah.
And it was like our 25th pictures.
Yeah.
We're doing that. Are we doing more pictures? Should we do pictures every year now? Or 26?
We should include the babes too.
Okay, so remember those tutus we bought? That like the really, really small tutus?
Yeah.
That will probably fit Caroline.
I don't know what I did with that.
I still have mine hanging up in my closet. So I have my tutu.
I have my tutu that fits me.
Yes.
But remember the tiny tutu?
I still have that one. It's in Caroline's closet.
Good.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we got the same one.
We got the exact
And
same
it was
one.
literally
It
like
was
this
like a
big.
child.
Don't mind my broken zipper.
It was like a child size, like Caroline size.
It literally like came up shorter than the skirt I'm in right now. I was
I'm
like, we
surprised you
could
didn't put
make
it
it
on.
work.
Mine wouldn't even fit over my freaking thigh.
It might. You never know.
Still won't fit me today. Go ahead. I gained way more weight.
No. So I wanted to spread my PMA because I have a lot of it today.
PMA.
Mainly gratitude, gratitude for you for always being there. Your unwavering conditional love.
I mean, I
Your
try
unconditional love
to be there for you
and support. But I mean, it's hard. Friendships are hard to navigate because it's like you got your own shit going on in your own life, your own mind, your own family, your own little web of people. And so it's hard to, I get it. Everybody's got shit going on, but
you do need an outlet too. Like you need someone to like be able to just like into like I know like I don't always like really Snapchat you back a lot, but I feel like a lot of it's just like you need something to vent to.
Yeah.
Like you don't really
honestly,
want like feedback. You're just like I just need to like get it out there so that someone else can hear me. And I'm like I'm perfect for that. Then I'm like, yeah, I get it, sis. I get it.
Well, and
then
of
I'm
the
like,
time,
oh, Caroline's crying. Okay, and I can like I can just let it like now. Like I used to like I've changed a lot in the last couple of years, and so now I'm just like. For you, I'm that person for you to just be like, dump your shit on. And I can let it, I literally can just let it roll off my back. Because I'm like, you just need that person to like vent to.
Well, right. Sometimes I don't even
have that.
Sometimes I don't even have to like you said, like it's almost validating just to voice it to the void. You know what I mean? It's a little vindicating to just get it out and still have it be validated in some way.
And sometimes you need that sounding board, and where like I have Chase to be my sounding board, where I can just tell him like I'm reading a book, I'm like, babe, like so and so did this in my book, and he's just like, yeah,
great,
that's cool. Like I just need to get that out, and that's like that's who I am for you. Like you just need someone to just be your sounding board.
Well, and you're my person that I laugh with the most, and I know when. I'm in a shit mood because you'll be like, hi. And
like,
it's
your
like
little face, I'm like,
you just look at me and it's like you feel it and you're like, okay, what do you mean? Love you.
I'm like, we'll just stay away. Like, do you need a piece of candy?
Alicia's
and I'm just gonna leave.
Raging right now.
I know. I'm just like,
yeah. But no, I'm grateful for every single one of you. You want to know why? Because this is my outlet down here. And I had a moment of clarity where it was like, again, this is what I love to do.
And they can be your sounding board too, because like their feedback, they're like, do you even have feedback? Because we don't hear it.
And it makes me feel so good when we get an outpouring of love, and like people questioning like, yo, why haven't you put out an episode? Or you're late on an episode. Where you guys at? Like, we want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, that's what's nice. It's that it's like we're validated of like, okay, so we're actually like being heard.
Yeah, so we are here because of every single one of you, and I just love you. And I think struggle bus. I'm still on the struggle bus, but I'm taking patrons. So if you need to hop on, you're more than welcome to.
She's just the driver.
I'm the driver
and the director,
and yes, the coordinator.
The coordinator.
I am
she
also
will have like your snacks ready.
I'm also
bring
the
the
bus
wine.
owner. So I have a whole company.
Let's go to Coachella.
A whole fleet of buses, struggle buses.
She's on it like Donkey Kong. Okay.
Yes, but you guys, you're amazing. So thank you.
You will survive.
You will survive. Don't turn around now. I don't know the fucking words.
I know. I was like, no. Lisa's got it from here. I will survive.
We will survive. And again,
Damn straight, bitches.
If you're going through something, just like Sarah said.
Find an outlet.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what it is. If it's like punching a wall.
No, don't do that.
Don't break your hand.
I had to tell my oldest not to do that because he got in trouble for kicking a hole in the wall, and that's the last time he got in trouble. So he has found healthier outlets, but think of your hands, especially if you use them to make a living. I've punched holes in walls.
I mean, shit.
My mom made me replaster one in her garage.
I get loud. I just get loud. Like Chase, I got an ear piercing and he smacked it. I use words. I just get really loud. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I get loud and I get mean. Because when I am in a reactive state, it is like putting a Mento in a Coca-Cola. It is like you push me, you push me, you push me. I'll try to be there, but you burn me enough, and I'm like, fuck you. You got something to
go?
say?
Let's go.
Hold my fucking earrings. You know what I mean?
Take your rings off.
Oh my God, I had to stop a fight. We're going to end it. But really quick, funny story. I go to my mom's birthday dinner after the salon on Saturday. And they had a reservation, but the people at the big table we were supposed to sit at was just chilling, talking.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Taking forever. You're like,
so I had smoked a little bit before going, and so I'm just in my little trippy dippy world, life's hard. Don't talk to me, I'm sad. Don't ask me how I am, or I might punch you in the fucking face. I'm like that. And I'm, just holding Elliot on the bench. Before I know it, everybody in the group, this is like 30 people, getting hyphy, getting hangry. And I'm kind of looking around like, what's the big deal? Like, we really haven't been here that long. And my stepdad goes, fuck, we've been here since 6 o'clock.
What time was it?
It was 7:30.
Holy shit.
We sat in the lobby for an hour and a half.
Why would you even wait that long?
Well, it got to the point where my stepdad, and I never thought he was a confrontational guy. Until Elliot's birthday party.
He's just like, you know what? He's like, I don't even give a shit anymore.
He's like, I'm sick of taking people's crap. So his buddy, who is like 6'7".
Oh, shit.
This guy towers. And then my sister's fiance, he's a big, he's a bouncer at a club and everything.
Naturally.
Just big guys go walking back to this table.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know what was said until they came back up. But what he did say was he leaned into the guy at the head of the table because I guess this party was bitching about how they had to wait for the party before them and they had a reservation. And so my stepdad leans into his ear. And he's like,
hey, get really close to the
hey,
mic.
you remember that one time when you were bitching about the party who was taking up your table for way too long, pushed your reservation over? Well, you're doing the same fucking thing to us.
For an hour and a half.
And when he's telling us all this, I'm like, you didn't say bitching. And he's like, oh, I did because this guy stood up and he wasn't happy with me. But he saw Tyler and his other friend and
like these big old burly dudes.
And this guy is like as tall as me. Short little stubby thing.
He's a little like
how's
the weather up there, guys?
He didn't say anything. So we're sitting there and the hostess is like, okay, they're getting up. They're finally getting up to leave. And so as this big party is walking out, the whole party that I'm with just starts applauding and whistling and clapping and screaming. And this short little stubby guy had enough. His cup was full because he comes straight marching up to my stepdad and he's like, do you think that was fucking necessary?
Yes.
My niece is here from a mission, fucker. And I haven't seen her for over a year and a half. And he's like, really? You must be very devout considering you're cursing at me in front of a small child.
A child?
and
Mormon?
Of course, my parents' friends are all really close-knit. They're all really loud and it's just like they're always the party. And if you want to see some 50-year-old titties being flashed, you go to one of those parties and drink with them for a while. I'm just saying.
Oof.
pretty good knockers in that group. I'm just saying. But literally just a party all the time. And so his other friend immediately starts recording this little
Naturally.
confrontation. And then the other buddy from the opposite side starts recording. And I get in the middle of all these guys and this short guy. And I'm just like, hi, sir. What is this resolving right now? And he's just like, your stepdad, or he didn't know who he was, but this guy this guy pissed me off. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry that you were offended and other people's opinions matter to you so much. If you just want to walk away and leave the restaurant, all this could be resolved. And so he was like, fine, have a woman speak for you. And then he walks out, and my stepdad's just like, you want me to say something? And my mom's friend, Jamie, she's like, oh, they want to go. She's like,
Oh my
should we
God.
go, Alicia? Should we kick some fucking asshole ass? And I'm like, asshole ass. Sure. If you're going to fight, I suppose I'm going to fight. But then I see Elliot, and I'm like, maybe I just keep my earrings in for this one.
You're like, no.
I was like,
This is my food.
I'd love to fuck somebody up right now, but it's just not in my character anymore. I don't want to brawl anybody anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. You're like,
yeah. It's just been a funny time.
Oh yeah, I want to be there next time.
Yeah.
Group party. Ew.
It's always a celebration. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you for being patient, holding out strong for us.
Patience.
You are the reason that we are here, like I said, and we just can't express to you how appreciative we are and how much we love you. And
Well, that's my table.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, looks familiar.
So familiar.
Sorry.
So familiar.
I'm like ADHD. Ball.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Anyways, guys, whatever you're going through,
Hope
it's
you had
temporary.
a happy Easter.
Just try and keep your cool through it all. Take me as a learning lesson.
Just like,
Nothing,
talk it out.
Nothing is
Use your
ever
words.
resolved through
Confrontation.
emotional reaction.
No.
Okay?
Just worse.
Yes. But I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I hope wherever you are, you know how amazing you are because you're incredible. And we're just sitting over here applauding you. Until next week, you guys, much love.
Bye.